Oh, Lordy.
Hey,
Okay.
Kira, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's been a good day.
It has.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
What are you doing this weekend?
Um, Let me see. Well, I have to work tomorrow. I have a shoot tomorrow, and then probably, I don't know, probably go to brunch or take the kids to the pool.
Pool
Something like
jumping,
that.
little
Yeah.
jumping.
Pool
That's
jumping. That's our
yeah,
thing. So yeah,
yeah,
we'll probably hit up Old Town this weekend at some point, either Saturday, Sunday, or both.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the jumping. So I get that completely. So we are so excited today to have Kira Wood from Boudoir, actually from Jolie Boudoir. I know her pretty well. We're kind of related.
A little
So
bit, a little bit.
yeah. So I am so excited.
You've known me since birth.
Yes, I have. So I am so excited that she's here today to talk a little bit about her company and what she does and what she offers to women and how women really honestly benefit from her services in all the different ways that they benefit from it. So let's get started. Kira, how
Yes.
long have you been in photography?
I've been in photography for, let's see, since 2002. So 22 years I've been doing photography.
Oh wow. And how did you start or how did you get into it? Uh, how long have you wanted to be a photographer?
I actually did not know I wanted to be a photographer, but then in hindsight, I was thinking back to like high school years and always having some sort of camera with me. So it's always been like something I've been interested in. I just never thought of it as a career
Mhm.
until my like early 20s. And I started by taking a photography class at the Sawtooth Center, which is downtown Winston-Salem. So that's what started it. And I learned on film cameras, 35 millimeter.
Yeah, from as long as I can remember, you said you wanted to be an artist of some kind.
Yes, since I was about 5.
Yeah,
Always,
yeah,
it's never changed.
yeah. So you got the kids, and you are an artist. So that's so funny that you did exactly what you said you would do
Yes.
since
Yes.
forever. So what kind of photography did you do before boudoir?
So I started, as you know, I started with church directory photography.
Yeah.
Quickly realized I hated that. And then I moved on to like family photography, kids. Definitely didn't like that either. And then
Yeah,
I
because
started,
they're fun and easy.
what's that?
They're fun and easy
What are?
kids to
Uh,
photograph.
no, no, that's sarcasm. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I love my children, but yeah, I struggle with other people's kids for sure.
Yeah,
Um, so then I went into weddings and then
those are
uh,
fun and easy.
yeah, those are great. Especially when you're like 8 months pregnant and
Yeah,
sweating half to death. So yeah,
yeah,
so I stopped wedding photography about 2016, but before that I had started shooting boudoir and I kind of mixed that into the wedding photography. I got my brides to do it. And
hmm
then the boudoir took off so much that I stopped doing weddings and only focused on boudoir as my niche.
yeah. And so that's kind of how you got into it. You just kind of fell into it, or just
It was kind of a friend suggestion. One of my
uh-huh.
friends learned about boudoir, suggested
Yeah,
it to me, and I was really apprehensive about it because I didn't know what it was all about. And then I
yeah,
tried it, fell in love.
yeah, for sure. So with your with the sessions, um, why do you think women come to you for boudoir sessions? What are all the different reasons, or how does that come about?
So a lot of people have, they think it's only for brides. They think it's
Uh-huh.
just like a bridal thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's so much more than that. I've had women come for breast cancer, either pre or post.
Mhm.
I've had divorce. Some people go through a hard divorce and just want to feel better about themselves, so they'll do
Yeah.
that. Anniversary gift is a really big one, especially for those people that have been married like 20 plus years. They'll come in and do that.
Yeah.
um, I've had eating disorders, so if someone has fought through an eating disorder, they'll come in and do a boudoir shoot just to, just a little bit of self-love. And then yeah, those are pretty much all of the reasons. Sometimes people just do it because they feel like it, they just
Okay.
want that little boost of confidence. They want to feel pampered.
Yeah,
You
or
know?
milestones and so on.
Yeah, yeah, milestones too, like big birthdays.
Yeah. So do you feel like boudoir is a little bit more counseling than it is just photography? Or how do you,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There is a lot of therapy that goes into it.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, the whole session is very vulnerable. I learn things about women that they've probably never told anybody.
Mhm.
I am their therapist for that, hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's been therapy for me as well because I struggle with my own body image issues. So it's really helped me too. So yeah, it's definitely therapeutic.
Yeah, so you feel like you get as much from them as they give that you give to to them. Do you agree?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
There's definitely a bond that is built during the session for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Uh, what do you think like the most common misconception about boudoir photography is there is?
That it's all just about risque images.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's just about these, super, sexy images, and it's not about that. There's, like I was telling you earlier about the different reasons people come in. There's so much more to it.
Mhm.
Um, and some of it, like I get a lot of moms too that haven't taken care of themselves, so it's kind of a they're not taking care of their hair. They're wearing leggings all the time. It's just
Yeah.
so they come in just to feel better about themselves. So
Mhm.
it's not always about risque photos. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not really risque at all.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you from a lot of the images I've seen that you've created.
Yeah.
What is included in a boudoir shoot? I'm just kind of curious because I think that by discussing that, it'll give folks a better understanding of the session and why you do what you do and how you put it together.
So when they first inquire with me, I want to know why they're doing it because
Mhm.
that will kind of put me in the direction I need to go with them.
Yeah.
So I can kind of figure out the vibe that they want and help them with outfit ideas. So I
Yeah.
don't provide outfits for people. That's a big part of it. I don't provide the outfits, but I'm going to help you figure out what to wear because that's usually a huge stress point for people.
Yeah.
So when you book with me, you'll get a guide on how to prepare and what to bring with you, where to shop. Once you come in for the session, we provide hair and makeup on site, which I've had a lot of people book me for that reason because I think a lot of other boudoir photographers it's like an off-site thing or they have to pay extra for it. They've got to find their own hair and makeup person
Oh
and
yeah.
that can be totally stressful. So all of my makeup artists have been working with me for years. They know exactly what I'm looking for. They'll ask the client what level of makeup they like. If they're not a makeup girl, we'll go light. If they love all the makeup, we'll go super dark and moody.
Mhm.
So the hair and makeup part is a huge, huge part of it.
Mhm.
And the session itself. So when you come in for a session, I'm going to demonstrate all the poses for you ahead of
Mhm.
time. You don't need to know how to do anything. You don't even need to know how to like hold your head correctly or your hands correctly because I'm going to
Yeah.
do that for you. So,
Yes.
um, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a luxury experience, so that's how you're gonna be treated. I usually give
Yeah.
you a mimosa when you come in. You're sitting in hair and makeup for about an hour to an hour and a half, so it's really just like a chit chat session with your
Mhm.
girls because we're just sitting there chatting about anything and everything. So
Mhm.
you have time to relax and get used to the
Yeah.
environment. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
um,
So would you say that the session is more of an experience rather than like just a photo session?
oh,
Because they
definitely.
get to be like, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been to a few of them for you. But I feel like it's more of like being a model for a day.
Mhm.
Am I correct? Or,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, you're like a Victoria's Secret model.
yeah,
And you
okay,
get to come in. I mean, I even have angel wings if that's your thing. If you want
yeah,
to be like a
yeah.
Victoria's Secret angel, I have those too. So it is definitely the photos at the end. It's just icing on the cake,
Mhm.
really.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can basically during the pre-session, you're kind of figuring out details about the client so that you can kind of build the session that they're looking for and put their dreams into reality. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll have them save some images from Pinterest that
Mhm.
they're drawn to, or they can save some images from my own work and show those to me
Yeah,
prior to the session, just so I get an idea of what they're looking for.
yeah, yeah. And what kind of ages do you have come to you?
What kind of what?
Ages of folks.
Oh,
What's your
geez. Oh,
average?
average is probably um late 30s, early 40s. And
Okay.
the time of the year is really what changes. Like I'll have a bunch of brides. Like the last few months I've been having brides, lots
Mhm.
and lots of brides. But
Yeah,
now we're getting into ladies that are a little bit older. So we'll
yeah,
have like anniversary shoots or Christmas gifts or
yeah.
uh, just because. So I've shot women all the way up to age 70. So
Oh,
all
wow.
the way from like 20 to 70. Yeah.
So boudoir is pretty much for anyone and everyone,
Yep.
right? Okay.
And yep, you do not have to be a certain age. I mean, you have to be above 18.
Yeah, yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah.
Okay, very cool. And what do you think, like, when people contact you or they don't because they're too nervous to contact you, what do you feel like the biggest misconception is about boudoir photography?
So they think they have to weigh a certain amount, or they'll
Yeah,
use the excuse like, oh, I have to lose X amount of pounds in
yeah.
order to deserve a boudoir shoot.
Mhm.
And you're worthy of one now. You're worthy of one at the size you are now. You don't have to be, whatever tiny size you see on Instagram models or something. You can be whatever. And really, like, if you have just like 10 pounds or something that's bothering you, it's not going to make a difference. I promise you.
Yeah, so you won't be able to, I mean, the 10 pounds
Yeah.
is easy. I mean, all of it's easy
I
to
mean,
hide, I'm sure. With
yeah, with posing and outfits, definitely.
yeah, yeah, for sure. What's your favorite thing about your job?
It's my favorite part is when they walk in so completely nervous and they're
Ah,
just scared to death, and then they walk out like, why was I so nervous? That was amazing. And then they're ready to book another shoot, which
yeah.
happens a lot.
Okay, so you have a lot of repeat clients then,
I
right?
do. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like in every season of life and, really honestly, multiple times a year, I feel like it could be different style, different.
Oh, completely. Yeah, like I've had women that have come in for bridal and then come back for maternity boudoir, and I'm hoping they'll come back, in, after they've had the baby too, because your body changes. So, yeah, definitely. Can do it anytime.
What do people like? What do people generally buy when they come to you? Because I think that's one of the questions. Like, what are you going to do with these images?
Got
What
it.
do you do?
Yeah, usually our albums are huge sellers. They're very luxury, like printed on velvet paper. They're made in Portugal. It takes, weeks for them to come back. I sit down and design the album myself after I've done all the retouching. I put the album design together and then I send it off. So it's a keepsake. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I
so
was just
like
gonna say.
the box is decorative too. It's really pretty. All my album covers are gorgeous. So albums are usually what people get.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Okay, I think a lot of people are like, well, it's great to have the images, but what am I going to do with them? So that's why I wanted to ask you about that. And it's, uh, I would say, is this an investment, do you think, or how do you explain this to people
It
about?
is a luxury service. That's what I explain it. It's just like, you getting like if you were to want that expensive handbag, if it's something you want, you're going to make it happen. It's luxury. It's
Yeah.
not an everyday purchase. Um,
Mhm.
but the way, and then like tattoos too, people are always like, oh, that's so expensive, but then they'll have a $4,000 tattoo on their body, and I'm like, it's a luxury thing.
Yeah.
Um but luckily the way that I have it, it's not an all upfront cost, so you can
Mhm.
kind of stretch it out over a few months. You can
Yeah.
pay your retainer and then pay the rest of it later,
Mhm.
which a lot of people find helpful because then they can
Yeah. Yeah.
save up for it.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the biggest thing you've learned from switching? Just, I mean, what's your biggest aha from switching from just general photography or, the general types that people do to the niche of boudoir?
I think it's um quality versus quantity, really. I
Mhm.
think that's the biggest thing. And I got better at photography when I focused on one thing instead of trying to do so many different styles and you know, I mean, children photography is completely different than a wedding. And when I really focused in on that niche, it just expanded. I got better.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got it down to a science now. I can crank out a session really easily, and they're going to be beautiful photos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel like that's such a like that idea of sticking to one topic or one idea that's like that kind of goes over every pretty much everybody in life in any job. I mean, if you stick to one thing, I think you can get better and better and better with that. Do you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't wanna be the jack of all trades. I wanted to
Mhm.
be, I wanted to be the master of
Yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
that I'm doing. So yeah, definitely focusing on that one thing. And it helped me too with my anxiety. I was just like, this is what I'm gonna do. So I do workshops all the time too, because I feel like you can always keep learning.
Mhm.
Um, I got voted best in Winston-Salem. That's great and all, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna keep learning. I'm heading to another workshop next week. I did one last month. I just thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy learning different lighting techniques and poses, and it just keeps me up on my game.
Yeah, are you thinking about adding destination sessions eventually?
I would love a destination
Uh,
session. I'm trying to manifest that.
yeah, yeah. I
I
think
would
I think
love, yeah.
I think that would be fun. What do you think your biggest life lesson, um, with owning your own business in boudoir and just in photography in general? What do you feel like the biggest lesson you've learned in life or biggest aha in life with having your own business and so on?
Um, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I mean,
I just
I
figured I'd
I
throw one.
I've I've realized that I definitely enjoy working for myself. I'm not a corporate person. I don't
Yeah.
think I could ever go back to working like a 9 to 5 whatever job. I
Uh-huh.
just so much happier um doing working for myself and
Mhm.
um setting my own goals and
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So I don't know if that's an aha moment or anything, but I don't
Well, it
know.
kind of is. I
You
mean,
know me.
yeah,
What do
yeah.
you think it was?
I just think, honestly, by hearing your stories, I think it's an empowerment of women, and you learn about. I mean, it's the you know, and I think in society sometimes women are not pitted against each other, but they're definitely not on the same like let's um
Work together.
work together. And
Each
I've,
other up.
yeah, so I mean, just listening to your stories, I feel like, yeah, giving women a lot of grace in becoming, you know, working together is a big deal. I mean, coming from an all girls college like I did, that was the aha of going to Salem College. So yeah,
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 yeah, and
much
I
friendlier.
definitely
Yeah,
with
working.
that.
I say
With
we're much friendlier and really you kind of enjoy women company and empowering each other. So that's super.
definitely, and
Yeah.
like I don't deal with drama
Yeah.
between women anymore. I
Yeah.
have like no tolerance for it. I'm just like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because of what you said, I'd rather, support you than be against you.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure. The only thing we didn't really talk about is your studio. What kind of studio do you have? Because I think people are very curious.
Oh,
What is it like?
so I rent a space above, it's in the railroad building downtown. So right before you get to Old Salem,
Yeah.
it's 1,400 square feet, I think. And I shoot out of three different rooms there, and they're all decorated different. I have a room that's more of like the darker, moodier room. Everything's like jewel tone, black walls. It's really fancy. And then my main shooting area is more light and airy and bright, the white bedding, pink couch,
Yeah,
that sort of thing. And then I have another room that's like the hair and makeup room that I do shoot into, that's just kind of a fun boho sort of theme. So
yeah,
I'm not one of these people that wants to stick to one certain style with boudoir, like light and airy or dark and moody. I'm not, I like to do whatever I'm feeling. I mean, that's the best part about being an artist, is that I can do, people come to me for my vision and they just let me, do my thing. And I
yeah,
like having those options in my studio. But the studio looks just like an apartment. It looks like a really, like a little glamorous downtown apartment. That's what it looks
yeah.
like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured people would want to know that, but you also do sessions around the city. So if they would rather have a hotel,
Mhm.
a fancy hotel, you'll definitely do that. But yeah, I definitely wanted you to talk about how your studio is set up and how
It's a
glamorous.
lot of natural light too. So I
Yeah,
shoot natural light, of course, unless it's like dark, we're having a rainy day, but it's all natural light. But yeah, I can shoot most places. I've even been hired to go to Charlotte to shoot in people's houses. It's a little bit more difficult to do that because I don't know what it looks like ahead of time.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that option is available. I've shot all over the place, all over Winston, Greensboro, Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fun. So what we'll do is we'll put all your information below in the chat, and anybody's questions, please put them in the chat. Kira will definitely hit you up and answer all your questions. But if you want her information, again, it'll be below in the chat, and for sure put any questions you guys have, and we'll get all of the questions answered because we haven't been able to do it while we're chatting. We definitely want to, get those answered for you for sure. But Kira, thank you so much. I guess I will see you again, maybe over the weekend for a little
Yes.
jumping.
We'll have some pool time, definitely.
Yeah, some pool
Yeah,
time and
yeah,
jumping and videos from
jumping.
jumping
Yes.
because that is the
Yes.
way we do it.
Luke has now started dancing down the
I
diving.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the new thing, is dancing.
Well, he
So
has good rhythm, so
he
that works.
does. He does. So cute.
That's ridiculous. But he is so cute though. It's
Yeah.
so
Well,
ridiculous watching him dance.
yes.
But it's funny. It's so
Yeah.
cute.
And
Yeah.
Kylie's just chill and just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I've seen her starting to move a little bit too. She's dancing a
Oh,
little bit.
that's cute.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I've
didn't
got some
know
of
that.
it on video because they
That's
like the videos when they
yes.
dance.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
performers.
yeah, they enjoy that. And we gotta do the thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah, when they jump. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on again. We want to thank Kira with Jolie Boudoir. We're so excited that she came on. And if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me. I know her and I can get you her info, but her info will be below too.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thanks. Oh, wait, did I?
Stop recording.
Where is the, oh, there we go.